So for example, right away, Sol, just flip long on the 12 hour. We just found one. Look at that. Look how easy it is. Jesus Christ. This thing is too powerful. Yeah, it's looking good, man. Ascending triangle consolidating underneath a massive level that if we clear, likely takes us to 130 to 150. And then you get your first position over here. And now the dashboard's also saying that this just flipped long. First position, second position, somewhere around 67. And you look for the breakout. I think we did something similar on Cardano too. So look at this. This is giving you an idea of what Solana could potentially turn into. Alright, so you guys just watched a clip from the previous daily video that I did where we talked about how Solana was giving us the perfect setup, where we noticed that Sol on the dashboard had the perfect volatility and trend structure along with the perfect structure on the chart as well. Furthermore, we also provided you guys with the perfect entry if you weren't already in the trade. Sol was putting in one of Mango's favorite plays, the combination of the ascending triangle, symmetrical triangle play, and hey, it played out to the T. As you guys can see, Sol has officially hit our T1, target 1 of $95, and we're seeing resistance right over there. Now the big question on everyone's mind is, what's next? Will Sol keep going up from here? And there are two types of cohorts who are asking this question. One cohort who is already in the trade and another cohort who is not in the trade at all yet, and they're wondering whether they should buy over here. And I'm going to try to answer both of you separately, okay? If you're not in the trade, I would recommend waiting and doing nothing. Yes, doing nothing. Guys, we're sitting right up against a massive resistance zone that we've been waiting for a very long time. There are going to be a lot of people, including this community, who's going to be looking to take profits at the zone over here. Furthermore, another signal that we have that corroborates the idea of waiting is the dashboard, right? Remember, guys, it was the dashboard that tipped us off on Sol taking that next big leg. And now the dashboard is telling us, hey, be a bit careful. Volatility is in the red across all the time frames, right? When I put out that most recent Sol video, at that time, the volatility was sitting blue across all the time frames. No one cared back then. Everyone was focused on the wrong coins. And this is going to be the story for the rest of the market cycle. A coin will pump, everyone's attention is going to run towards that coin, and the coin that they should be looking at, the setup that they should be looking at, they will ignore. Right? It happened with Cardano. It happened with Solana. I want you guys to remember that we were talking about Solana months ago. We were talking about Casper months ago. Everyone only got interested after pumps. I implore you, if you are joining the Mango community, you need to now start being better than the rest, right? Learn the setups. Don't wait for the coin to pump. When I posted this setup over here, that was the time to be looking to enter the coin. In fact, the real time to have been entering was all the way back over here. If you guys remember, Sol was one of our big first altcoins that we were talking about, right? We went so far as to say that we believe you should not be holding Ethereum at all in your portfolio, but instead allocate all of your ETH into Sol, wait for Sol to pump, and then start taking those profits from Sol into ETH. That's how bullish we were on Sol when everyone else was ignoring it, because it made for the most optimal play and most optimal portfolio allocation. Now is the time to actually be looking towards other assets while you enjoy the Sol trend trade, right? That's what Mango is about, guys. It's about enjoying the stress-free trend trade, making and catching the big wins. So when everyone else is getting excited and anxious, you are sitting back. You are being stress-free. You are looking for the next big opportunity. You are being patient. Now, if you guys want to start being Mango, it's time to start being patient, especially while Sol is sitting up against a massive resistance level. I'm going to give you guys the exact criteria to wait for if you're looking to get into Sol. Okay, criteria 1, very, very simple. If we see a daily candle close above this level, okay, above $95, go ahead and note that down, $95, as well as taking out the previous candle's high, that is your entry signal, okay? At that point, I'd be looking for a move all the way up to T2, which is $134. But remember, guys, our targets for Sol is much, much higher than that too, but we'll take it one step at a time. I'll give you guys a more longer time frame update in the next video, so make sure to hit the subscribe and the notification icon if you haven't yet. Now, That's if we actually break this level over here at around $95, right? What if we see a rejection? Where do you guys look for SOL to come down to? That's going to be a dynamic level, guys. Essentially, we'll be following the dynamic indicator. As you guys can see, we've been following it on the daily time frame for a while, bounced over here, and now the next retest, we'll be expecting it to bounce as well, okay? If it doesn't bounce, that's your exit signal as well. Very, very simple. At the moment, as things stand, the dynamic is coming in at around $73, but this will update every single day. And I think that we are going to see the dynamic move up into confluence with our blue box resistance zone, the bottom of the zone, coming in at around $78. Now, I'll update you guys on the dynamic level as well. So again, if you haven't hit the subscribe button or the notification icon yet, make sure to do so you don't miss the next update of this dynamic level. I think that we could see a move down to the $78 level, get a nice retest, and then a consolidation over here and a move to the upside. Now remember, that's provided we actually see a rejection over here. This is a tough situation because once a trend starts, it can go out of control. That's one of Mango's philosophies over here. We don't try to call tops, we don't try to call bottoms, because a trend can go on and on and on for much higher than you can think or much lower than you can think. In fact, note this down as a rule, guys. Right now, say this to yourself all the time. A market will always go higher than I think. A market will always go lower than I think. So don't try to be a smartass. Wait for the right signals and act mango. Act appropriately. Because believe me, the last thing you want is to have a really, really good position and then overtrade it, lose your position entirely, and then watch that market go up another 10x, hell, another 50x. That has happened to me. It was so painful. That can be far more painful than even your worst losses, guys. So trust me. Don't try to be a smartass, especially in crypto. These are life-changing wins that are upon you right now. SOL already has done such a fantastic move, right? And everyone tried to be a smartass on this trade. Don't be one of those guys. Now, speaking of which, if you're already in this trade, what is your play? In my opinion, it doesn't hurt to take some profits over here, right? Shaving some off the table, taking 10%, taking 15%, depending on your position size, is not a bad idea at all. That way, it helps you psychologically, okay? You got to really, really assess yourself. Understand this, guys. Taking profits is a very, very personal thing. You got to know yourself and ask really hard questions like, hey, if this comes down from here, am I going to hate myself for not taking some profits? And if I would hate myself, how much profits do I need to take so that if SOL does come down, I would be happy and I'd be like, hey, at least I took 20% off. Now I can add that to this position, right? Is it 20% or is it 15%? Or maybe? So you got to ask yourself your own questions, guys. Are you okay with SOL coming down over here? If not, take some profits and then you can reposition lower, right? Okay, also bear in mind on the dashboard, we are sitting at red volatility, right? If you go ahead and pull it down, you're going to see that red volatility across all the time frames. We've had a massive move so far, guys, 314%. Let's not be greedy. If you guys want a little bit more juice, I recommend going ahead and clicking this button over here. It's going to turn on your Mango view, turn on your bearish FVG. I'm not going to do it because I want you guys to do this as homework, and I want you guys to give me your own insights based on what you see over here. Leave a comment down below. Okay, before we wrap up, let's go ahead and do a quick review as to how I think you guys should be playing this. Number one, wait for at the very least 2 12-hour candles above the zone over here, right? I would prefer you guys wait for a daily candle as well as this high to be taken out. The high is coming in at around 99.50, all right? The candle close level is 95.71 and the high is coming in at around 99.50. Okay. Again, another thing I want to re-emphasize. Looks, we talked about it in the beginning of the video, but putting in the hard work to study these plays. I listed this play out for you guys on a live stream. I said, hey, this is looking fantastic, but this isn't hard to do. You just need to put in the initial work to learn all of this, and then you won't need me. You won't need these daily videos, and you will find all of these plays on other coins. Remember, the same play was on Cardano as well. In fact, a variation of it was on Bitcoin as well. It's the same thing over and over again, using the same boring techniques to make money. Yes, it's boring, but it makes you money. You got to choose. Do you want excitement or do you want to make money? Excitement leads to you losing money, right? Boring leads to, at least for me, guys, at least for me, boring makes me money. So to wrap up, if we can clear $95 on the daily time frame, I'm looking for the move to around $130. If we see a rejection over here, I'd be looking towards the $78 level or wherever the dynamic is tracking, right? The dynamic could come higher than $78 as well. And in that case, we'll be using that as our level. I'll keep you guys updated on that. That's about it, guys. If there's anything I'm forgetting, please leave a comment down below and I will try to cover it in the next live stream. I'll try to do a live stream today, actually, a few hours after this daily video. So until the next one, do the mango way, do it the easy way, do it the stress-free way. Ciao.